I hate to break it to you, you're addicted. But it's okay, because most people in the world are addicted to something. Now, that something can be a substance, it can be a thing, an object, a person, an activity, an action, any of that. And when you think of addiction, you think negatively about it. And there is a negative connotation associated with that word. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Now, I bet it would take you less than 30 seconds to name an addiction or a couple that you have. Now, there is a difference between a negative addiction and a positive addiction. And negative addictions are bad. They set you up for failure. They slow your pace and your drive, and they distract you from what you really need. Now, it's not a good thing that you're addicted to said thing, but it's good that you can get addicted. So I think addiction stems from the instant pleasure or joy you get from being addicted to this thing. Humans are driven and drawn towards happiness and strong feelings of emotion. And it is so easy to get addicted to something that gives you that so fast and so easily. Lighting that J, or eating that bag of chips, or watching that video is so easily accessible, and it gives you that instant high that you're looking for, that you begin to get addicted to that feeling, and you want to repeat it over and over again, so you resort back to that. Now, I can name a bunch of stuff that I've been addicted to and I still am, or I'm working on it, because it is a process. But I'm beginning to find a way where I can turn these bad habits and addictions into good ones. As with anything in life, there's a good and a bad. In this case, there's such thing as a good addiction and a bad addiction. And today I kind of want to express how I think you can turn that bad addiction into a good addiction. So how do you change a bad habit or addiction into a good one? I think there's 3 major steps that you have to realize in order to do so. So the first step is just noticing and realizing that you're reliant and addicted to said thing. Relating to the last video, maybe you have to change your setting to realize it and take a step back and see just how much you depend on this thing. And you can't try to bail yourself out or help yourself out by saying, oh no, I'm not addicted, I can stop whenever. Or, no, this isn't really bad for me. You have to realize and take yourself out of the situation to see just how much you lean on this thing. And if you say you're not addicted to it, quit it for a month and see how that works for you, okay? If your mind keeps thinking about it, or your body is showing withdrawals, you gotta just chill off that. That is a no-no. So that leads to step 2, which is regulate it. Take a break off that. See if you feel better, which you probably will. If you perform better, which you probably will. So relating to something that I've been addicted to or reliant on is weed. I'm gonna just be straight up. I kept saying, oh no, I could quit whenever. People say that you can't get addicted to weed, but it is bullshit. It is bullshit. You can get addicted to anything. Whether it's chemically, habitually, you could get addicted to anything. So I started smoking weed at a late time, late high school. I mean, that's honestly kind of early, but college is when I really dove into it and found myself smoking a lot. And in the beginning, it was fun. I didn't feel any effects. Like, it was just any other day I'd wake up fine. But then I just started to abuse it. And that's when the addiction came in. And I used to find myself smoking in a lot of occasions that don't need smoking, but I would convince myself that this would be better with smoking. So that's when you have to take a step back and really realize that it is just like, it's concerning when you are so reliable on something and you don't even realize it. So I've taken, in my smoking career, which I'm very recently cut off from, I would find myself taking breaks, and it wasn't hard for me to take breaks. A few days, a week, a month, I would find myself taking breaks, which was healthy, but I would always resort or find my way back into it. I knew it wasn't good for me. It was not helping me. You could say, oh, weed calms you. Weed helps your joints. Weed does this and that for you. So does a lot of other things. Now, it is a fun thing to do, and there are fun things to do, and I'm not saying I'm never going to smoke weed again, because I know for a fact I will. But you can't let it consume you and drive you away from your dreams. For example, I've always wanted to be physically, holy shit, what is that thing? I've always wanted to be in the best shape I can. I love feeling like an animal, and I've always searched for that, and weed does not help that. I get pretty bad withdrawals. And during smoking weed, I tend to eat less. It is less motivational for me to get out of bed and do the things I need to do. And for some people, it's not. And that's totally fine. If you say you're a functional person on weed, and you probably are, I can't imagine how much more functional and a beast you would be without it. And I'm just using weed as an example. This goes for every addiction. This is just an addiction that I can openly address because I realize how much it has set me back. Step 2, regulate it. See how you function without it and be honest with yourself. And the third step is realizing that there's better things to be addicted to. There are healthy things out there and healthy habits and addictions that give you that high or pleasure forever. You just got to get through the first section of it. That's the hardest. Everyone wants something in life, whether it's pursuing your passion, your dream job, dream physique, hobbies that you want to get really good at, people you want to get closer to. Everyone wants something bigger than an instant pleasure, but not a lot of people are willing to make that realization or jump just yet. And I'm here to tell you it's time. It's time to make that jump, that leap, and chase the lifelong pleasure you deserve. I think everyone knows what they have to do to reach their dreams, but everyone thinks that now's not the time. There is times for instant pleasure and impulse decisions that aren't gonna help you get there, but you want to try to limit them so it's not an addiction. Now, I'm not one of those people or social media stars or motivational people that tell you to stick to a schedule and never leave it. Well, sticking to a schedule is important, and it should be your top priority, because if you do something every single day, you will get closer to your dreams. I understand that things happen. Not everything is going to fall into place, but it is your job to try. So going back to this addiction part of it, a healthy addiction is the opposite of an unhealthy addiction. Unhealthy addiction, you get the pleasure right away. You get it right now, but it won't benefit you tomorrow. You have the pleasure tomorrow, but it won't benefit you the next day. So you have to keep the cycle going, and it doesn't help you. A good addiction is the opposite of that. It is painful right now. Hopping out of bed at 7 in the morning, going on a run, or hopping out of bed at 7 in the morning, going to work, making those busy phone calls, that shit sucks. But it sets you up for the future, so you'll have a longer lasting happiness and joy, which is what everyone seeks. Everyone knows what they're supposed to be addicted to, whether that's eating healthy, moving every day, doing that busy work, to name a few. Everyone knows what they need to do, not everyone wants to do it. And you need to flip that switch. You need to turn that shit around. Why are you waiting? And I'm looking at myself in this camera and I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to myself, why are you waiting? So start getting addicted to that thing you don't want to be addicted to because it's hard, but you know it's going to better you. Start making those uncomfortable jumps and start getting addicted to that regiment or schedule that will get you to where you want to be in life. I'm so sick of dreaming and wishing shit would happen. When in reality, I can get addicted to what I need to, no matter how long it takes. You get addicted to driving yourself forward, you're never gonna go back. That's the talk for today. Beautiful San Diego, cloudy again. Sorry for the weird camera angle. I had to put it on these rocks here. So yeah, put those unhealthy addictions down, pick up the good ones. Even though it's hard, do it for the better. Stay moving. See you tomorrow.